Guys, thanks for continuing to listen and watch the We've Been Drinking MMA podcast where we're predicting and breaking down UFC 287. This is the main event here. This is Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira for the 185-pound UFC Championship. The rematch has been 4 months in the making, and my pick is going to be Alex Pereira.
Nothing wrong with that. He's a champ for a reason. I'm going with Izzy, and the reason I'm going with Izzy is his mindset. His mindset is like he's fighting with a purpose now. Like before that, how many defends with his belt that he did he have? He have like 5.
Okay, he got the belt versus Whitaker.
Whitaker, okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenses.
5 defense.
In his mind, though, he says after he beat Gastelum, Whitaker was a defense. So in his mind, Adesanya, it's 6 title defenses for Adesanya.
So six defense with an asterisk.
Yeah.
So in his head, he's like, I'm the best ever, I'm the best ever. And then he fights somebody that wants it more than him.
Yep.
Like, but now that he's lost, he's probably humbled, in my opinion, and he was going to want it more. He's going to want this belt. So in my mind, Israel is going to win this fight. And I am going to do a little prop bet as well. It's going to go over 2.5 rounds. So it's going to go to the third round, in my opinion. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm going to join you with that bet. I like the over 2.5 rounds. I think 3 rounds makes so much sense because both of them know. I mean, Israel Adesanya rocked Pereira in their last fight in the first round at the bell and, could have maybe potentially finished Pereira in the first round. Pereira knows that. Adesanya knows that Pereira has the power in the UFC, not just in kickboxing now. Pereira is good in the clinch, obviously good at leaping in and can fight off the clinch and all that kind of stuff and throw some strikes in there. And so Adesanya knows Pereira is super dangerous in the UFC, in mixed martial arts now. And so I think the first round, they're both going to be a little bit more cautious. Makes a lot of sense, Lousy. And then, in the second round, they might turn it up a little bit, but still, they know that it's about, they come from kickboxing, throwing many, many strikes. In the UFC, they don't throw nearly as many because, you got to pace yourself with these 5-round fights, as well as, there's wrestling involved, so you can't just gas out by throwing a bunch of strikes. Whereas in kickboxing, there's nothing. When you clinch, the referee separates you, so it's all striking. So these guys know that they're not going to clinch each other really much. There's not going to be really much of any wrestling, so it's a stand-up war, and they know it's a 5-round fight, so you got to pace yourself. That's a great reason to get the over bet, over 2.5 rounds. And for me, the reason I like Pereira, Pereira was okay. So Adesanya's main weapon that he's used for a lot of his, or lately anyways, in his title defenses was his leg kick. He would keep the distance and then just kind of range kick, just kind of keep that range and distance and then just kind of take advantage of the fact that he's kind of has his long legs and then just kind of leg kick you. He did that with Cannonier. Tried to do that with a little bit with Pereira, except Pereira, this is the one thing, is Pereira knows how to check he's an expert at checking the leg kicks. Proof of that was in the 5th round was Israel went for a leg kick like he did so many times in that fight, and Pereira checked it perfectly, and Adesanya fell backwards and rolled over and barely got back to his feet, and then that might have been the beginning of the end right there. So my point is Adesanya's main weapon, one of his main weapons, which is his leg kick, is going to get taken away again by Pereira with his, he knows how to check the leg kicks from kickboxing. So then you talk about the combinations. Adesanya has phenomenal combinations. Pereira, maybe not as fast with the combinations, but when he wants to throw a fast punch in the combination with purpose, he will. Sets it up really well with throwing feints, and Adesanya does too, though. But Pereira likes to do it also going forward. Adesanya is a phenomenal counter combination puncher going backwards, like he showed with Robert Whitaker to get the belt. And Alex Pereira shows that he more likes to go forward, and that's kind of his style. He likes to go forward. Adesanya likes to go backwards and counter more so. But then Adesanya likes to go forward slightly with the leg kicks. But like I said, that might be nullified again by Pereira's checking. the defense against the leg kicks. So, it's kind of like the combinations going forward for Pereira versus the combinations on going backward with Adesanya. And then, just Pereira, Adesanya has this maybe the slicker head movement. You got to give that to him. But then Pereira knows how to kind of leap in and really take advantage when Adesanya is backing up against the fence. So it's kind of like nullified there a little. It's a really close fight. That's why the over 2.5 rounds is really the best bet. The funny thing is Adesanya is the favorite. He's minus 150, so $150 to make 100. Even though Pereira is the champ, so Pereira is plus money, so $100 to make 125. It's another reason why I like him. Adesanya has a 1-inch reach advantage, and then the funny thing is that overall, this is just because Adesanya used to throw a lot of leg kicks. But on the stats, Pereira has 5.2 significant strikes per minute. Adesanya has 3.9 significant strikes per minute. However, in their last fight, I think Adesanya, landed more strikes overall, and that's why he was leading till the last round. That's when Pereira went for the knockout. But Pereira just knows kind of like the angles of where to stand, where to not get hit, and then slide inside of the range just a little bit. He just knows those little nuances, and I think Adesanya knows how to slide in and out very well. But Pereira kind of knows like some really small intricacies in striking that maybe no one knows. That's why this is going to be the best striking fight again ever in the UFC. And more proof of Pereira being maybe the better kickboxer too is that he had belts in 2 different weight classes in kickboxing and Glory, and that's why a lot of people think that Pereira might be one of the best, or if not the best kickboxer of all time, at least in Glory, which is the organization of the present, been around for whatever 10 or 15 years. So it's a close fight. Both can kick to the body, to the leg, to the head. Both of them can punch to the body, to the head combinations. Just think Pereira's reactions were a little bit better than Adesanya's last time, and that's why I'm going with him. I just think that he's going to take advantage of these small, intricate, little situations of getting in and then getting out very slightly, and just be able to get maybe some more when it counts, the significant strikes.
That makes total sense. Like I said before, he's a champ for a reason. If he's not the best, he's one of the best kickboxers in the UFC. Alex is. And it's not like Izzy's a slouch at kickboxing, but Alex did it for many, 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 many years. So, I'm just going Izzy because of his mindset, like, I want my belt back, and over 2.5 rounds. And thanks for listening, everybody.